Casa Amor return night. This was the most uncomfortable episode to watch. It got so dark and nasty. The producers need to reel this in because girls fighting with each other and all of that. It kind of makes me not want to watch. I don't know. It's too much. The girls usually don't go after each other, and this episode was really intense. So the guys come back. All right, Caleb and that blonde girl, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see the connection. But at least he has someone. Poor Caleb. This show's not for him. He's not getting anywhere. And then Jen found her guy Gal that obviously is still into Kenzie and wants to leave that door open. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't see them lasting. I don't think he's that into her. And then Melanie stays with Sincere and Sincere comes back alone. But Melanie, the minute after Ariana asks how you feel, she starts bitching at him. And it's just like, okay, girl, you just freaking left another guy to stay with him and then you're going to bitch him out. This is the problem with these people. That is not the time to tell him off, A. You just ruined the whole moment. And he's probably thinking in his head, like, this is why I just go with another girl every time I can. I don't know. It's just, you maybe talk to him about it later and just say you're disappointed in what you saw. But the flip out there and the tell off, to me, it was so awkward that they went to sit down and they're not even like being affectionate. So what's the point of getting back together? And then, of course, Zach comes back alone, but Kaya doesn't know that, Kata doesn't know that the other girl was kicked off. So that might change how she feels when she finds out. Kudos to Kenzie for knowing the minute she saw that live video, that live stream, that this idiot was out and he came back with Parmita. Kenzie didn't second guess. She moved the F on. And so as airheaded and fun as she is, she knows better. And I think she's the only one out of all the girls that knew better than to stay with that idiot. So Corbin comes back with Parmita. But again, the way all the girls were yelling at him and telling him off, I don't think it's not your place. It feels ugly on the show, and it kind of, for me at least, it makes me want to change the channel. I don't like that kind of interaction. You guys don't really know each other that long, and you shouldn't tell people off like that, and it's not even your place. Let it just be between Kenzie and Corbin. And then Parmita butts in and pisses everyone off. It was very confrontational the whole night. Nothing worse than a girl trying to defend a guy she just met 24 hours ago to a girl that he's hurt. It's just, I mean, that's the dumbest thing. What are you doing? Because then he turns around and does it to you and you look stupid. But either way, you don't know these people. So the whole fighting was annoying to me. And then if Sincere would have come in with that girl, Amora, oh my God, I would have said, okay, Melanie got not what you deserve, because it's not about deserving. It's just, what did you expect? You've already had so many red flags and clues to what these people are doing. These men are, and again, they're dating, right? So for one thing, Corbin had every right to come back with another girl. They all did. And if they decide to do that, that's what they decide. I think the girls are just upset with what came out of their mouth, which was unnecessary, which is true. But for instance, if Sincere comes back with another girl, Melanie, she should already know that he's capable and not be surprised and kind of cut ties. But she's the type of girl that will keep going the back and forth but be bitching the whole time, and that doesn't work either. KC comes back with TT and Anaya. Oh my God, Anaya. She's had zero good interactions with Casey. They have not been a loving, fun couple whatsoever. All they do is argue. All they do is bicker. She walks away from him every time they talk. Of course he doesn't want to be with you, girl. You're the only option in there, and he's trying to see what else he can find. I mean, Anaya's really straight up delusional. Guys don't want to be with a girl that's nagging you and pissed off all the time. She was never lovey-dovey with him. She was not ever touching him. It's just like, what did you think was going to happen? You saw the proof on the video. You should have taken Kenzie's cue and cut ties. And then poor Carl, that scene of asking what Carl thought, and he's like, trying to make Anaya feel better after she didn't pick him. That was agonizing. It was so uncomfortable. And Anaya's shock is, get out of here, girl. What are you shocked about? And then Titi comes in hard, defending KC, and the girls start really fighting. And not just, it was bad. I don't know how they're going to be in the same room and house. They both really came in hot. Casey's like, I don't give an F. This is my life, my choice, which he is right. He just is not a respectful dude, so he shouldn't have said what he said. He should have said, look, we had what we had, but I'm into this more and I have the right to choose that. But Anaya's just, I don't know. And again, if you're dating and you have no other choices, you're not going to come out and say, I only feel 2 out of 10 for you, girl, because, we're not vibing. They're not going to do that because they have to stick on to you until they find something better. Are people not using their rational brains? The reason Anaya was upset the whole time is because she could feel that he wasn't into her. So you already know he's not into you. He doesn't have to tell you the quote unquote truth. You know it by his actions and what you're feeling, your instinct. So that's all you need. You don't need it from these guys. These girls are expecting too much out of these boys because men don't move like that. And frankly, women don't either. If it was a reverse, a woman would actually cling on as well and kind of keep her option there because that's all you have at the moment. That's kind of human nature. And the way Titi and KC were fighting with the girls, that was wild. I did not like that. The vibes are way off now. And then they pulled Melanie from the stage. I think Melanie was going to jump and kick her ass. And that shows that Melanie hasn't grown as much as we've hoped, although she is not hooded by any means, like we thought in the beginning. But Melanie, what are you doing getting involved? That's none of your business. She was taking out her anger on Casey and Titi that she has for Sincere. And that's not a good look. Women don't fight women and get physical. That's not a womanly thing to do. Ill, gross. When Amanda was crying after, she's like, I should have picked Carl. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is the biggest life lesson to her. And she's obviously probably not even going to get it. You should have, you knew Casey, but you wanted him to be into you and you couldn't let it go. You were a dog with a bone and you couldn't let it go. Then I saw rumors at the end of the show, you're supposed to pick on the app. Who do you want them to bring back? So the producers are being so messy. This show is not for love. Let's be real. This is not Love Island. This is F-boy hookup. Let's screw everyone's brain up Island. Because what the producers are doing, it's messed up. They want to bring in, of course, they want to bring back Amora to screw up Melanie and Sincere. And they want to bring back one of the guys. I don't see how Melanie and Sincere survive this. When I'm sure they're going to do some sort of movie night or some sort of unveiling of the truth of what happened. There's no way. Melanie's going to be tortured for the rest of her life. I really wish she would have picked that guy, Corey. Even if she's not going to end up with him, just to have another vibe. Because this vibe is already of a 10-year toxic relationship that feels like negative. Because Sincere and his baloney of saying he has to give a fair chance, you don't have to do anything. Did you see... Bryce didn't do anything because he didn't want to. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You don't have to touch a girl's boobs and kiss her and tongue her down every chance you get because that's the experience. That's not true. You're allowed to do what you want. It's called free will. You can't expect to end up with Melanie after that. The period. After what you already put her through and then do it again and really go for it and say they're 50-50. He keeps saying all the girls are 50-50. I'll pick her 50-50 and the other. And then he even said, I was forgetting what Melanie even looked like and not in a good way. Like, what? If she sees that he said that, which she will when she watches the show back, how are they going to survive that? The guy's full of it. And even though in real life you don't get these kind of situations that you're put in a place to make out with other people, how do you forget that they're capable and they chose to do that? Because even when she melted down and she cried over him being with Soul, I didn't see that he gave a damn. He didn't go pull her to see if she was okay. He didn't avoid kissing and holding hands with Soul in front of her to not hurt her feelings. He didn't care. So I don't think he actually cares. And that's the kind of thing, he's just off in that sense. He doesn't have real feeling, at least not for Melanie or anyone right now in his life. So that kind of guy, I don't mess with. I don't trust him whatsoever. He's just too calm about it all and just does it anyways. And hell no.